This is Mr. Drews, and I'm going to do a quick tutorial on how to add some halftone shading to your Lichenstien pop art painting. And big ups to Yvonne for letting me use her picture as an example. That's Yvonne wearing a pretty snazzy all-cat shirt doing the wave or something. So she's already drawn it. She's already done all her solid coloring. She went with the all blue monochromatic color scheme, and she put this pretty dope background. You're probably thinking, man, how'd you do that super dope background? And that's a very good question. So what she did, we'll take this layer away, we'll take this layer away, and we'll do another one on this layer. Any two colors, even with just a blank white, any two colors that you have selected. So we'll pick like a neon purple, and we'll select a blue. Any two colors you have selected. If you go to filter, filter gallery, I'm under sketch, halftone, you can select and adjust the pattern. So right now I've got it on dots, super high contrast. You can make it big, we can do lines, or we can do like Yvonne did and do circles. Bang, and then hit OK. So now she's all cool dancing behind that. She had picked this blue. Oh, that looks kind of cool, like that actually. She's got this at like 43%, so now she's got this cool background. But that's not what we want to do quite yet. We also want to do the halftone into herself, into her face. Now you can do that in a couple ways. You could select an area, like say I grab her arm, and I pick the same color blue, and then I pick maybe a darker blue of some type, and I go to filter, filter gallery, and see it'll just do a halftone to that area. So maybe we can do some small dots on it, and that looks pretty cool. But another cool way to do it, and because you'd have to go through and pick and choose where you want to do, but another pretty cool way is to do it to your original picture. So here's Yvonne's original picture here. So she kind of drew that on top. What we're going to do is we're going to, instead of having to try to, use the wand to select each thing, we can select on this layer, on layer 2, like on the drawing layer. We're just going to grab the magic wand and select the whole outside area. And select inverse to just get her. So what I mean is we just have her selected. Looks like she's got a couple weird little bits. So we're just going to kind of get rid of those. So you can switch to the quick select, negative, and we'll just kind of like get rid of these little pieces. We don't need them. Oh, that worked perfect. Bang, got it all. Excellent. So we have her selected. Now whenever you guys do this, I always recommend to make a new layer. So right click on the selection and go layer via copy. So we have a separate layer, just Yvonne by herself. And we're going to slap it on top here. We're going to get rid of this and put the color through. Now she's got, I took this in the hallway so it's a little dark. So I'm going to kind of go to the adjustments and do a little bit of brightness, a little bit of contrast. Just kind of brighten her up a bit. That way the value in her face will match the halftone pattern. So with black and white selected, I'm going to go to filter, filter gallery, and we're going to halftone her whole face. And see how it's a little dark in her face, so we're going to need to bump the contrast down a bit. Size up. There we go. That's looking a little better. And that should work. I just want to make sure we can see them cats. Those are freaking cool. And she's got the dots there. So hit OK. And that obviously is super dark. So what we're going to need to do is where it says normal on this layer, you're going to click that and select multiply. This makes everything that's white see-through. And then we're going to drop the opacity on the layer until you kind of get your desired amount of value. I think that looks pretty much the best. Because you can see dots, halftone on her face, it's got some shading on her arms, and it's kind of defined some of these cool cats all over her shirt. So now, Some of you had asked how to put the Japanese rays and stuff in the background, so I'm going to show you. Right here is the custom shape tool. There's this little blob in the corner. And you can select from a whole bunch of shapes. So first we'll put the talk bubble in. So we'll click that, and you can look right here. I've got it filling with black, and so we're going to switch that to white. And it's got the stroke of black. Stroke puts a line around the entire thing, so we want that to be black. And I want to click and draw it in there. We're just going to stick it right there. And then we got to type something in here. So when you type, just take the text tool and click and type. It doesn't even matter where you do it. Here, I'm gonna write Mr. Drews is awesome. And you can't even see that because it's super tiny, and we're just gonna make it larger like a layer. See, Mr. Drews is awesome. We're gonna stick it right there. And now she will forever say Mr. Drews is awesome. If you don't like that font, you can highlight it and you can change to sketch block, and that's actually pretty cool. It's a little too big, so we'll just shrink it. Maybe you want Mr. Drews on one line and is awesome on the other line. So I'm gonna do this, so hit enter. I currently have it centered, so that's why it looks cool like that. Make it larger. Now it says Mr. Drews is awesome in the middle, because I'm awesome. Okay, then other shapes. We could grab this blue right here, or no, I want this like periwinkle right there. And we're gonna put it right there. And I'm going to grab another custom shape tool. And this other custom shape tool is right here. It's called Registration Target 2. And we're gonna zoom out for a hot second. And I'm just gonna draw this, boom, sweet registration target. Now you're probably thinking, I don't like that black line around it, and I agree. I'm going to go back a step because I forgot to take the stroke off. So remember, stroke's right here. I want no stroke. So I'm going to draw it again. Boom. Drag it kind of like here, because that looks pretty cool. And then we don't want that in front of her, we want it behind her, so I'm going to put it right there. And that is way crazy and intense. And you're finished. So do not forget that when you are done, you're going to go File, Save As. You're going to name it whatever you want, but you're going to switch it to JPEG, and you're going to do it right here. Please do not type JPEG up there. Go down here, select JPEG, and then hit Save. Always make sure it's 12 maximum, and then hit OK. And then you are done. You're going to turn in the JPEG to me into Google Classroom. And that is about it. Don't forget that I've got all these instructions written out in Classroom, but you can always refer to this video and pause it and go step by step if needed. Awesome.